Season 14 of Apex is here, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? For those of you who are interested or excited grinding rank this season, I got a perfect guide for you. This is going to be the bronze to diamond guide. This is everything I've learned getting to diamond numerous times for numerous seasons and every split I've ever played in Apex, excluding season 12. I got the masters. Some people count masters on that season, some people don't. So I've gotten to diamond at least every season that I played the game. Here is everything I've learned while grinding to diamond in Apex Legends. So one of the major important things that you probably should know or keep in the back of your head, especially when climbing, is knowing and learning when and how to rotate. Rotating and working on positioning is huge. You can argue in most battle royales that positioning is more important than gun skill because your positioning will ultimately win you the game. There's going to be in some instances your gun skill is not going to get you out of a really bad position. So positioning is incredibly important. In this perfect example right here, we're going to show you that positioning literally won this game. So right here, we have the zone closing in. It's Storm 5. There's 4 teams left. Everybody's literally in front of me. We have God Spot. We have the height. If you are familiar with this area, landscape kind of goes up this way and kind of goes down into survey. So we kind of have God Spot slash at least the height. Everybody's in front of us and they happen to be all fighting each other with 4 teams up. So what we do is we spread out, we take position, show some presence, clean up slash prevent any resets that could happen for the next fight. Okay.
We have to walk up in this.
So my teammate made a very good point. We have to walk up on this because they're fighting. You see knocks in the kill feed. So that brings up to another good point. Communication is key. Make sure you communicate with your teammates what you want to do or you're about to do. Don't be the guy out here doing his own thing in ranked. You're just going to piss everybody off and you're going to cost everybody points.
One's down.
More that way. So right here, if you look at my teammates, he's on the left side of the ridge. I'm on the right side of the ridge. We're taking a good amount of space. There's a really good drop off right here. So it's really hard for them to climb up on me. And my teammate in the back is taking whatever picks he can at what he can see. Box a bullet, dead. Not dead.
Dead. One over here. Last one here.
Dead. There you go. There you go. Positioning in that game literally won us the game. In this very next example, I'm going to show you an example of that. This typically happens in solo queue. However, it can happen with your 3-stack. It shouldn't, but it can. To paint the picture of what's about to happen is me and my teammate, the Horizon, are on top of this building. He's on the roof. I'm on the lower half. There's a full team right in front of us. It's 3. I was trying to figure out if they're inside or not because they weren't peeking through the doors or the windows. And the third is a little bit off to the left, trying to get an off angle. Once I realized I wasn't really getting anywhere with my position, I wanted to reposition myself onto the roof with the Horizon. However, he came up with his own plan and executed it without really saying anything. As you can see right here, he's kind of in the thick of it and he's trying to get out of it. You're like in there, only to get triple beamed. All right. I did not know you're gonna full send that. Why is the bullet? I can only do so much, but ultimately we end up going down. Now I'm not gonna sit here and say the team was very good and it kind of outskilled us. It's a little hard to say because if he didn't do what he did and he waited for an opening, waited for a crack or something, we could have exploited that and winning off that. But he kind of gave them the big wide open, especially getting knocked, causing them to just ape us, swarm us, and I can only do so much from there. Another important tip that I'm about to give you is really huge, and it could really determine how your fights are going if you keep doing this. And that is, don't get caught out solo. What I mean by that, and I'll show you in this clip, is that you don't want to be too far separated from your team. There's one thing to take space, to show presence. It's another thing to be completely on your own, especially 5 seconds away-ish. There's a seer in front of the building where I'm throwing the thermite. He's by himself. I can see that on radar because I'm a seer myself. His other 2 teammates, Valkyrie and a Bloodhound, are on the other donut. It takes about 5 to 7 seconds to get from one donut to the other. So I know I could triple swing this and get an easy knock, causing a 3v2 and easy KP for me and the team. Triple swing this here, the solo. I did comm, triple swing. I was solo queue and fills, so I make sure to make the comms. And we executed this pretty cleanly. Almost dead. Knocked the seer, no problem, and the other 2 come funneling in way too late. Then their Bloodhound was just way late to the party. If they both swung into the doors, maybe that could have went a little differently, but they just straggled in. That's not something you want to do. And what I can probably say from that clip is that they're probably all solo queue and they didn't communicate at all, because that was just all over the place. There were so many wrong things that went down there. It's ultimately why they lost, especially off drop. Before I get into the next tip, if you like what I've been saying so far, hit the like button, the subscribe button. I be streaming all the time. And if you at the end of the day don't know what I'm saying or you need some more clarity, stop by the stream, ask me the question. I'll help you out. All right, to the next one. Now for my next clip is another important tip. It's actually very underrated. When you're rotating or you're moving about the map, sometimes you want to join a third party. No problem. Easy way to get points. It's third party Apex. It's a very common thing. However, what you need to be able to recognize is sometimes you have to be able to disengage that fight. Maybe another team showed up behind you, or they're a lot harder than you thought, or they reset, or whatever. Something's telling you that you might not win this. It's a good time to then just leave or try to leave. And in this clip, I'm going to show you that. So to paint the picture, one teammate is fully dead. I have another one knocked. What I could have done is try to go for the res. However, he is in the seer ult right now. We did manage to get 2 knocks, so it's really just a 1v1. However, this red ping right here is where he got sniped from. So he got sniped all the way from land side. What's about to happen in the next couple seconds is another team's going to come rotating from the tunnels, and we're really just going to get pinched. Now, because for the most part, we did pretty good fighting, I was pretty confident. I was really feeling myself. I'm not going to hold you. So this is definitely kind of more my fault why we ended up dying here. I was very persistent. I knew we could win the fight, especially if it was a straight on fight. However, because we kept getting hit by so many different angles, it was just really hard to take the fight clean. I should have disengaged here. More shots from landslide, of course, charge rifle. That's your right off. You never got the res off, so we're chilling. Full heal up. Now right here is when you're gonna see that we got pinched. I got shot from behind and I see the seer in front of me. Okay, we're pinched now. Make the comm. I try to get out of it, but it didn't exactly work out too well. I'll take it. This guy's gonna peek me.
Of course they get shot by the other team over there.
Dude, that choking annoying.
Yo, you're telling me.
I think you guys should Valcold.
Even our teammate said we probably should have just Valcold, and guess what? That happens when you guys are playing often. You know what? You get confident, feel like you're gonna take every team, and you probably can for the most part. However, there's certain situations that just don't allow it. So sometimes, and you only learn this from experience, it's better to just run. Also, in this situation, if you look at the top right hand corner, we're gonna lead to my next tip. Don't fight during mid game. Mid game is typically known for being top 10. You definitely don't want to fight when there's 10 squads left, because depending on what zone it is, in this instance, it's zone 3. You start any fight, more than likely, a team's going to try to come and third party you automatically. It's not always a good idea to try to fight with less than 10. Sometimes you can't help it, but at this point, you should be focusing on positioning and rotating and final end game zones. Now, when it comes to team fighting, of course, when you get to a certain amount of health or shield, you want to rip a bat, rip a med, and heal up and get back in the fight. However, sometimes you have to break the bat and get back in there a little quicker than you think, just to help the team overall. Sometimes if you can get a good shot off, especially behind cover, those additional shots can help dramatically change the fight in your favor. Here's what I mean by this. So in this particular situation, it's pretty much the Fallen zone. Top 2, they have about 2 boys left. My teammate is about to go down to a PK, and I got to try to make a play. I have half shield, half health. I'm going to grab a shield swap to help me out a little bit, and we're going to keep going from there.
No, what not?
Grab the swap. Try to stay behind cover. Put out as much damage as I can. 126 on the seer. I have very, very little health here, but my teammate got back up. He's got half and half. He's got half purple, half whites. So I got to try to help him out here. So instead of healing, I try to make a swing, put some more damage out, and try to get the cleanup kills. He goes back down. They're gonna try to get the shield swap off of him, and I'm gonna try to prevent that. Seer's literally a bullet at this point. And the Valkyrie, even though he got the full, he could not get the shield swap off in time. I was able to finish him up. Also, when it comes to fights, if you're not very comfortable, here's one thing you should definitely do. You should take a break from ranked. Play some pubs. Play for an hour, 2 hours, maybe a day. Get comfortable and then go back to rank. Hell, I took about 2 weeks off from ranked because every fight I was getting into, I was just losing. I kind of lost my confidence. So I just went into pubs, relaxed a bit, had a little re-solidify some mechanics. And then when I got back to ranked, I was kind of going in like a breeze. Pubs can be annoying because we understand that people, you know, triple stack as masters players and they sweat out pubs and people leave, people quit, and it's just really annoying sometimes. However, it's really, really good to build confidence. You can either do pubs or you can do arenas. The last good tip I can give you is taking early KP is always good if it's a clean fight. What do I mean by this? If you land a POI, let's say on World's Edge, you land a Climatizer, and you land on one half and another team lands on the other half. That's a clean, easy 50-50. You guys can fight it out at donuts or one of them invades the other side. For the most part, that just comes down to generic team fighting, who's got the better team. However, if you guys land in that same POI, you take the left, they take the right, and a third party takes a spot over at survey camp. You guys start to fight a Climatizer, what'll happen, especially in the higher ranks, that team at survey is just gonna wait patiently till they get a few knocks and enter the fight and clean up all the kills. If you do decide to fight in this situation, you gotta make sure you fight that 50-50 quick, clean, and fast. You don't wanna give the third party too much time to get in there, set up, and clean you guys up when you guys are done. All right, boys, those are all the rank tips I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe. I'd highly appreciate it. We got more Apex Legends content coming to you in the coming weeks. Season 14's here. We're getting excited about the new legend. It's gonna be a good time. And I'll see you guys in the next stream.